In this video, we'll dive deep into the fascinating world of English idioms and phrases. Idioms are not just decorative language, they're essential for sounding natural and fluent. An idiom is a phrase or expression that has a figurative meaning. That's why it's important to learn the meaning of idioms and how to use them correctly. This meaning is different from the literal meaning of the individual words when you put them together. For example, the idiom piece of cake means something is very easy. But if I were to say John ate a piece of cake, that would mean John literally ate a slice of cake, not that he found the task easy. They managed to solve the problem perfectly. For example, you could say your friend hit the nail on the head when he suggested a great solution to your problem. For example, if someone asks you about your weekend plans, you might say, "I'm going to a friend's birthday party. Should be fun." That's a nutshell version of your plans. Imagine you're working on a group project and you're trying to figure out the next steps. You might say, "Are we all on the same page?" You could say you've got it at your fingertips. You could say that the jacket costs an arm and a leg. This idiom means something is very expensive. You could say you need to get your act together. To tell them it has time for them to improve their behavior and start making better choices. For example, if you're at a store and you're buying groceries and you tell the cashier, "Not a penny more," that means you won't pay any more than the amount you've already offered. When you spill the beans, you reveal a secret. For example, if your friend is planning a surprise party for your other friend, you could say, "Don't spill the beans." For example, if you're planning a trip, your travel plans might be up in the air until you get more information about prices or schedules. I want to keep the party a secret, and something is easy peasy. It's very simple and doesn't require much effort. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue learning, please subscribe and stay tuned for future videos. Remember, practice makes perfect. So try using these idioms in your conversations and writing. And don't be afraid to experiment with new ones. As you continue to learn and grow in your English journey, you'll find that your fluency and confidence will increase. Keep practicing, and don't forget to have fun with language. Until next time, happy idioming. Maybe you have a headache or you're feeling sick. In this case, you could say you're feeling under the weather. Maybe your roommate keeps making messes without cleaning up. Saying, "Well, that's the last straw," means you've reached your limit. It's the final point that makes you decide to end the friendship or change the situation. This idiom means to not feel well or to be in bad spirits. This is the opposite of difficult. For example, if you helping a young child tie their shoelaces and they manage to do it after a few tries, you could say, "Easy peasy." For example, you need to get a medical treatment done that you're afraid of, but you know you have to get it over with, so you bite the bullet and get it done. This means you're very familiar with something and can access information easily. But this idiom reminds us that even in difficult situations, there is always something good to be found. For example, even if you miss your flight, you might find a better deal on a hotel room at your destination. So every cloud has a silver lining. For example, if you know the city really well, you could say directions to places are at your fingertips. This means, do we all agree or have the same understanding? If everyone is on the same page, it means you all share the same opinion or goal. From break the ice to hit the nail on the head, we'll explore the meaning, origin, and usage of 15 essential idioms used by native speakers. We'll break down each idiom, explain its meaning, origin, and provide examples so you can see how they're used in context. To break the ice means to do or say something to make people more relaxed and comfortable. For example, at a party, you might be feeling a bit awkward at first. But then you strike up a conversation with someone, and suddenly the atmosphere becomes more relaxed. You could say that your conversation broke the ice. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to use these expressions confidently in everyday conversations, and even impress your colleagues and friends. Ready to level up your English? Let's get started. Before we dive into our list of essential idioms, let's clarify what an idiom actually is. Idioms are a great way to add color and depth to your speech and writing, but they can be tricky for non-native speakers because they don't always make sense literally. Okay, now that we understand what an idiom is, let's take a look at 15 essential idioms used by native speakers. At the beginning, getting things going, if you want to start a conversation or break the tension in a tense situation, you can use this idiom. 2. On the same page. 3. Hit the nail on the head. When someone hits the nail on the head, they do or say something that is exactly right. 4. In a nutshell, the Idiom in a nutshell means to describe something in a very short and clear way. It means to summarize. 5. At your fingertips. Imagine you're restudying for an exam, and you feel like you know the material so well that you could answer any question. 6. Bite the bullet. When you bite the bullet, you face a difficult situation bravely and don't avoid it. 7. Cost an arm and a leg. Have you ever seen a really cool jacket, but when you saw the price tag, it seemed too expensive for you? 8. Easy peasy. 9. Every cloud has a silver lining. Life isn't always easy, and sometimes things go wrong. 10. Get your act together. Imagine you're talking to a friend who keeps making poor decisions. 11. Not a penny more. When you say not a penny more, you mean that you won't spend any more money. You've reached your limit. 12. Spill the beans. Have you ever been curious about a secret plan and wanted to know what was going on? 13. Under the weather. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like yourself. 14. Up in the air. If something is up in the air, it means it hasn't been decided yet. 15. Well, that's the last straw. Have you ever reached a point where you can't tolerate something anymore? Learning idioms can be a fun way to improve your English skills and connect with others on a deeper level.